Any other religion. Buddhism is in prophecy. 1/3 of the Bible is prophecy. So anybody who wants me to deny my Christian faith, all they have to do is to pick a prophecy in this whole thing. There's, I think, 3,600 or 5,600 prophecies here. You just have to show me one prophecy that did not come fulfilled. I will have to give up my faith. There was one time somebody asked me, what is the difference between prediction and prophecy? Like when the weatherman says, tomorrow there's a 50% chance of rain. The weatherman is making a prediction, right? When the Bible gives a prophecy, in fact, we were having a Bible study with my children, when Jesus says, I know the number of your hair. Now think about it. You know how many billion hair you have? You know that, right? Everybody knows that. Do you know that each day you lose about 30 to 50 strands of hair? Do you know that? Every day. That's why, until you get older, you get less and less hair. That's why I'm getting more and more hair. If you read the Bible, you get more hair. I read the Bible like 10, 12 hours a day sometimes. And I have so much hair. So, not because God says I know the number of your hair, so the more I read, the more hair I get. That's not true. That's not in the Bible. So I asked my Bible study member. I said, how does God know the number of your hair? Jesus would not lie, right? He says, God knows the number of your hair. He says, not a sparrow hits the ground that the Father doesn't know. And yet, for a penny you can buy 2 sparrows. He says, I know the number of your hair. Now you're in my Bible study. I'm asking you, how does God know the number of your hair? So for God to know the number of your hair, He actually has to keep an eye on you. And of course, in the background is black, and of course, white hair is easier to see. Black hair. But I figured it out. I don't think He keeps track of your hair. This is what I think. Of course, I'm not really an expert at this. This is what I think. For me, it's like Bible prophecy. The reason God knows your hair is because He decides when each strand will fall. Before you wake up in the morning, God says, Rod, today you're going to lose 30 strands of hair. At 9:59, you lose 2. At 10 o'clock, 2 more. He decides when each strand falls. And that's what Bible prophecy is. When God says, my son will come, and he's going to be born in Bethlehem, you better believe he's going to happen in Bethlehem. Even if the census is going to be 10 years after, He will make it happen that the state will be bad, that he get angry, and he'll tell King Agrippa, I want the census tomorrow, so that the Messiah will be born in Bethlehem. You better believe that He will make sure that it happens exactly as He planned. And I'm going to close with that, and that's Bible prophecy. Every detail about the lives of Christ has been prophesied even before He was born. So I'm gonna end this by reading Bible prophecy. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 9 to 13. I have 2 more hours worth of things to talk about. What's between you and showing this my This is Isaiah chapter 46. Just to let you know, this is such a powerful passage. This is not really a Christmas message. When I text people around saying I'm going to talk about this, they said, really, this is a Christmas message? But this is Isaiah 46, and you should remember this. This is very, very important. This is what is unique about your Christian faith. Isaiah 46, verses 9 to 12. Remember the former things, those of long ago. See, those things you don't even know because you weren't even prayed at that time. This is Isaiah. In fact, in Jewish literature, they think that the writings of Isaiah is the greatest writing that the Jewish language ever produced in the Bible. So if you want to really learn to read good English and good Jewish literature, you read Isaiah. In fact, I'm trying to memorize the book of Isaiah. I'm in chapter 40. I'm choosing I hope to memorize maybe at least half of it before I die. So I memorized a few chapters, but this is not the one I memorized. It says, remember the former things, those of long ago, I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is nobody. There's none like me. I make known the end from the beginning. In fact, if you read the book of Isaiah, God always says, How can you worship idols? Can the idols tell you what's going to happen in the future? I tell you what's going to happen in the future. I will tell you. That's how you know I'm God. I will tell you what's going to happen in the future. If you have time, I can tell you lots of stories when God tells me what's going to happen in the future. I will tell you what's going to happen in the future. That's how you differentiate a true teacher of God and a false teacher of God. God says in Isaiah over and over again, I will tell you what's going to happen in the future. Only God can do that. I make known the end from the beginning. From ancient times, what is still to come. I say, this is God saying, my purpose will stand. My plan will stand. And I will do all that I please. I will do all. From the east, I summon a bird of prey. From a far-off land, a man to fulfill my purpose. What I have said, that will I bring about. What I have planned, that I will do. That's the meaning of Christmas to me. The meaning of Christmas to me is that our God is the God of history. There's no randomness in our lives. Every little detail of your life is planned by God. That your God is all-powerful, He's omnipotent. And then the last passage I wanted to read is Lamentations chapter 3. These are two passages that you should probably memorize. Lamentations chapter 3 verses 22 to 26. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassion never fails. They are new every morning. You have to experience God's love every morning. Why is that? Because every night you die. Moses only wrote one psalm, Psalm 90. Moses said in Psalm 90, Lord, satisfy us in the morning with your love for as many days and years that you've afflicted me. Moses called life an affliction. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you don't feel like life is an affliction, you're living in the wrong planet. If you don't consider life an affliction, it means you're not close to God. You know, when my patients are suffering, I tell them, if you're not suffering, God doesn't love you. Listen to this. If you are not suffering, God does not